Hello, and welcome to TheDiamondBlock. If any of you watching have been on our server, you've probably seen me, TheDiamondBlock. I'm one of the admins here, and I'm kind of bringing you this video to tell you what's up with our server and tell you about us, and hopefully you'll wind up joining or learning more if you're already a member here. This is the spawn. You basically just start out in a room filled with signs, and this just says that you're agreeing to all the rules. Sorry if I'm moving a little fast. Then just all the basic rules, which they're really not much to ask. They're kind of just common courtesies, like don't ask people to spawn you stuff, don't ask to be op or admin, be respectful, don't swear excessively, just common stuff like that. Excuse me. And if we walk out here, there's, well, a few of our players over here. Let me turn off the weather real quick. This is our spawn town. Right over here to the left, outside of the spawn hut, there's a little command center. They'll tell you what basic commands you start out with, and most of that stuff. A lot of it can also be found on our website, which I will put a link to in the description. Our website contains all of our info, including our Ventrilo information. If you have any questions or ever want to just come hang out and talk, feel free to hop in there, and hopefully there will be a few of us in there talking and hanging out. Up there are a few statues. That's one of the owners, MTB Joker. That's me, and that's just the block outline of another statue. Right over here, we have our drop party zone, where whenever we feel like holding parties, we just stock the dispensers and let it go, and people can just chill down here and pick up items and basically get free stuff. And if you join, you're wondering how to get out of the enclosed area here, there's a path up here by the statues and a path to the left. So over here next to the command hut, we have the local jail is right here. Let me just speed up. Just the local jail. Then we have the mob arena, where basically anytime a admin is online that wants to host it, they go on and you see how many rounds you can survive inside of the arena. I better let this guy out. Or not. And you can earn prizes for participating. The more rounds you get, the better prizes you get. Over here we have our nether portal, which, you know, if you played Minecraft before, you know what a nether portal is. One of our rules, though, is do not build your own nether portal, because one, you don't really need them, and two, it can kind of mess with things a bit, so we prefer that you don't build one. Once you walk out here, you're just out in the wilderness, and there's, down the corner you can see the chat going on. It's Joe is one of our moderators. He's sitting there talking to everyone. Right here in a second you'll see me pass into wilderness, hopefully, but looks like everyone's claimed here. Wilderness down here. That means that PvP is on. Anyone can build there, anyone can grief there. There's no rules against griefing unless it's done, you know, with like obsidian or lava or stuff like that. So wilderness is basically a free-for-all. Out here we have a few of our towns that were built really close to spawn. This is a little project that the administrators are working on, and there's several towns out and around here. Right now I'll give you guys a little tour of some of our towns. Yalahar was our very first town ever made, and it's actually made by that moderator Joe Fobo. Right here is just his little town, only home to a few people. And one thing that a lot of people ask for when they first join is there a server shop? And yes, there is, because you know we have Townie, we have Economy, we have Chess Shop. So if you type /warp Oblivion OBLIVION, it'll fell through the floor. It'll take you to here. It's basically our server shop where there's aisles filled with different materials, and you can see them like right there, and it's just kind of showing them, and there's also signs. There are long aisles starting cheapest up front, and it's a little laggy here, so I apologize if you guys get laggy or if the video is laggy. Down at the end, it's most expensive, start as cheapest. That way, as there's more supply, the price will go down. As there's more demand, the price will go up. You just left click the sign to sell, right click to buy, and it'll just either pop in or pop out of your inventory. If you wish to check your money, you can type /money. So back to touring towns, you can type T-list and see all the towns. Theseus, that's our spawn city. Here's another main part. If you T-spawn to it, this is where you start out. It's just a big open cathedral type thing. Come outside, it's just the main part. Here's the house of one of the owners, S1 Productions, and then the house of MTB Joker, which he wished to copy this place right next to it. We have a showcase building area where people can basically build whatever they want, build nice things, and if I like it, I'll give them in-game money for it, and then I'll move it here. So just so that, you know, you can type warp showcase and pretty much see what our server builders are. And that way, we also have signs giving them credit, so that if you're like, hey, I want to hire someone to build me something, you can be like, oh, I like this guy's building, let's hire him to build something in my town. Currently, the prices for a town are 500, and all this is in-game money. $500 in-game, outposts are $750, and nations are $1250. Yeah, basically it doesn't take long to earn it. For every $1 of real money that you donate to our server, you get 50 in-game dollars. At every interval that you donate, like $5, $10, $15, $20, you get different perks. Right now we don't have a whole lot because we're still kind of a small server, fairly new. We have things like /jump to, /back, there's a few others. We're planning on adding things like private warps and maybe things like rocket boots, if you guys have ever heard of that. It's basically, you can put on boots and fly. So we're trying to make donating give you at least something, so that one, it's worthwhile, and two, it, you know, kind of, it's a way for us to give back to you for, you know, giving back to us. Because, you know, while our server is small, it's still not that cheap to run a Minecraft server, and all donations go to us, like paying all of our bills for the server and all that. And if we get enough to secure a few months, we may consider expanding, so that we have more room for plugins, more room for players, and we can kind of just keep things running and keep upgrading. So I'll show you like 2 or 3 more of the towns. Let's check out Zion. That's one of our more recent towns. If you ever want to go to a town, you can just type /t spawn space the town name, hit enter, and here's where we spawn. I'm just gonna jump through this wall. There's G. Julian, the owner of it. This place so far is fairly private. They don't really, you know, accept a whole lot of new people. I'll just give you a brief little show of it as we go down the ladders. This is basically the better part of Zion that I've seen so far. Our server is rapidly growing, so I don't always see everything. I try to. If you guys are ever in game and you want me to see one of your builds or something, just let me know, and I'd be more than happy to. Now let's go to what was the other one? Stormhold. This is one of my favorite ones. It was built by the same player as that showcase build I showed you. Akaviri Blade, I think is how you pronounce his name. Here's where you spawn. It just has basic town information. Then you... Normal people can't fly, but I'm just flying around to kind of show you guys. It's an all, like, treehouse town. So it's pretty interesting. It's right near the corner of a jungle. So... yeah, I really enjoy this place. And now the last place I'd like to show you, it's /warp showcase build. This is where people can build to enter into the showcase, and these are our current builds that are underway. This one was built by the owner MTV Joker. This one was built by the owner S1 Productions. These are just built by a few of our players. You guys have already seen that one. And these are basically what's underway. Ignore the wool cube over there, that's just a maze I'm building for an event. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything, feel free to put them below in the comments, and, you know, or just pop in, post on our forums, come into our Ventrilo, whatever you want to do. We welcome all new players, and as long as you follow the rules, we're happy to help you out, and, you know, any of that. We're always looking for new people, new dedicated players, good builders. You know, just excuse me. All of our basic server information is on our website, which will be linked below. I'll also put our server IP in the comments, or in the description, sorry. And yeah, just pop in if you want. Thanks for watching.